I have a huge bag behind me of all sorts of new drugstore makeup. That's right, I combed through the stores looking for only the newest and latest stuff to bring to you guys. So while I'm going to be going through all of this by brands, and there are some things I will absolutely be reviewing, I'll let you know as I go through it. Please let me know if there's something that you specifically want to see a review on, and I will absolutely do that for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. First item I have is this Garnier Micellar Water. Now, you guys know I've covered this a lot on the blog. I have done like I think 20 of them or something at this point, but this is a different version that I have not tried. I used to order it online, the pink version of the Garnier, but now that it's at Walgreens, I also saw one at Ulta, just like one of these just randomly sitting out. So I don't know if it's sold there or somebody just like left it. Anyway, I'm going to compare this to the pink version and let you guys know this is the, it says removes even waterproof mascara. So to me, with the oily content, even though it says oil free, it feels like a regular makeup remover and not necessarily a micellar water. So I'll be checking that out. Reporting back. Makeup Revolution is a brand that is from the UK and it is now being sold at Ulta. This was the only item I picked up. This was $5 and it is a matte liquid lipstick. Since I have a huge post on matte drugstore liquid lipsticks coming up. So I'm going to insert some pictures in here as well so you guys can see what the displays look like, as well as the products that I didn't pick up. So one brand that I chose nothing from for this haul would be Revlon. They have a new product of a 2-in-1 compact that has like a concealer or foundation just in compact form. All right, so now I'm going to get like into a bunch of different products from the brand. So from Maybelline, I have the Master Rescue Skinny Eyeliner. Maybelline had these shadow bases. So this is in medium. There's a light one, and then this is an illuminating one. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but I really like this one so far. We also have the Lash Sensational Luscious from Maybelline, and I'm wearing it today, so I'll show you my eyes in a moment. But here's what the wand looks like. You remember last year they came out with like the pink version, the original of this, so think opposite. So this is what I have on. So you'll be able to see it. Maybelline also has their version of the matte liquid lipsticks. You're going to be seeing a lot of these, just your contour, highlight, and blush palette. And one of the most interesting products I saw was this Maybelline Makeup Setting Spray. So I'm going to absolutely be comparing all of the drugstore makeup setting spray. So I thought that was really a neat find. And one thing I was really excited to pick up would be this Maybelline Matte Foundation. So it is a hydrating matte foundation. You don't always hear hydrating in terms of it. I'm wearing it in the Luxury Beauty Haul. So it reminds me of the one from Rimmel. And then here's the applicator that comes with it. I've only used this once and I hated it foundation, but I loved it for underneath the eyes. If you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, they do have their own version of this that's longer and the bulb's a little bit shaped. It's for a couple bucks more. Other Maybelline products I noticed, they have the Rock Nudes. So that goes along with the Blush Nudes and the Original Nudes palette that they had. They had color tattoos in pencil form, which I didn't pick up any of those. They had a Brow Drama crayon. I just thought that looked huge, so I did not pick that up either. CoverGirl had quite a few offerings. The first couple things I noticed would be the blushes that looked like they were marbleized swirled. So think like Laura Geller on a higher end, or you could think like Milani, how their baked blushes are. So that's just what those look like. I didn't pick those up. They had a new mascara, and this is the Plumpify by Outlast Pro. So far I've only used this once and just not impressed yet, but you know, I like to try out a mascara. And they also have primers. So this is for dry skin. They have one for oily and then one for combo. So I thought that was really interesting. So I'll definitely be doing a primers of the drugstore, since ones from Maybelline came out. There's some from NYX and so on. And the last CoverGirl item I saw, I did not pick this up. Oh Sugar, these are the vitamin infused balms that have a fresh citrus scent. I didn't pick up any of those because I feel like I have plenty of balms already. And it kind of reminded me of just looking at one that was out, kind of like a lip butters, kind of like a Maybelline Baby Lips, so I just skipped it. L'Oreal had a bunch of new products out, including these gel to powder shadows, which made me think of Milani last year. I didn't pick any up, but they did have those single shadows. and they had a bunch of brow products. They had one that looked like a compact, kind of like the one from e.l.f. where you have like the powder and then you have the wax. They had some different pencils, and I picked up this one. This is the brow stylist. So it says definer on there. I have seen these out for a while, but these are the Infallible matte glosses. Here we go with another contour highlight palette, and this one is in the shade Light. Just to interject here, I did look at some Physicians Formula products, and I noticed that they had a cushion foundation. Cushion foundations were big in Asia. Now they're slowly starting to come over here. I've tried like maybe 4 of them. I just haven't really put them on the blog yet. Let me know if you guys will be interested in that. So Physicians Formula had one, which I thought had adorable packaging, and so does L'Oreal. So that's what it looks like. You open it up, it's the standard exact packaging as you've seen for other ones. But what I found fascinating is that the sponge was completely saturated, and it is very, very liquidy, and the sponge is just like a traditional, feels like a kitchen sponge, it's very porous. This item I have tried out and I've really liked it. It's the Sublime Bronze. It's a makeup, this is body makeup, and you just put it on. This is in the shade medium. I did see that they had a face version of this, but I really, really liked it. The one time I've tried it on my arms. Rimmel had a bunch of new products out, including some lipsticks that seem to be very moisturizing and hydrating. Again, I just didn't pick those up. They had some shadow sticks. I did not mess with those. They had more brow products. The one Brow This Way gel for the brows I tried, I did not like. So they have like another powder version, kind of like I said with the e.l.f. and like L'Oreal has. They have a new Scandalize. I didn't get that one, but I did pick up a couple of things. And the first one would be this Super Curler mascara. So supposedly you do not need an eyelash curler with this. So packaging seems to be a lot better than the mascaras I've seen lately, but it does seem really dry. This one is Rimmel. It's Kate Moss. It has a beautiful peachy pink blush down here, and this, it says number 3 golden bronze. However, this and the display that I saw at Walgreens, it was the only one available, as in they didn't offer, they were all full. I was the first one to grab them, but this was the only shade that was offered, so I'm not sure if they have other ones. I would assume so since it says number 3, but it's the only one I found. Wet n Wild has some new products. I saw like a bunch of shadow trios for different collections. I didn't pick up any of those. I noticed that the blush has new packaging now, and they had a few new shades, but I did pick up just a few things. The first one, another makeup setting spray. This one is called Photo Focus. I don't know if you can see the numbers up there at the top to look like a camera, and it's going to be the smallest makeup setting spray that I own at 1.52 ounces. They also redid the packaging, or just I guess the product, for their eyeliners and lip liners. So I have tried these out and I've liked them a lot, just like a nice kohl liner. Milani had a ton of new stuff I'd not heard about, and I didn't take a picture of the display for that either, but I got these at Walgreens. I saw these 2 primers. One, they are both oil-free. You have your mattifying, and they both hide pores, and then you have your hydrating. Then I saw this Milani Prep Set and Go. So this is different from other translucent powders that I've tried, because you put this on first, then your foundation, and then you set it. I did have one major fail, and this was awful. I'm disappointed in this. This is the Moisture Lock Raspberry Oil Infused Lip Treatment. Okay, so keep that in mind, lip treatment. It came in a bunch of different colors like green and blue and stuff, and it has like the world's biggest applicator. The thing is huge, and in fact, if you follow me on Snapchat, you got to see a little preview of this. Raspberry oil infused. It smells like raspberry oil, which I cannot stand the smell of raspberry. That's a personal thing. I know a lot of you guys love it, but I did not like this because, do you remember when you probably first started wearing makeup, you got one of those little rollerball glosses and you put it on like, you know, lip smackers or something? That's exactly what this feels like, but with a huge doe foot applicator. It did not do anything. It just felt like I had, you know, like pork chop lips, as we say in the South, which that's a horrible image. Get that out of your mind. But, you know, it's like if you're eating a fried pork chop and then your lips get all greasy. Yeah. Okay, so I will leave that behind, and I'm going to bring it back. I'm bringing it back to something positive. Wait till you see these. I saw these palettes and I freaked out. Now, these were the only 2 that were offered, but I'm assuming there's more because these are everyday eye palettes. This one is in Earthy Elements, and then this one is in Bare Necessities. I'm going to have to get in closer so y'all can see them. You see you get 6 shades, and on the back they give you all the directions and tell you what each shade does. So it looks like they're satin finish with a couple of matte shades in there. So that is number 2. And then here's the one, I thought this one was cool, the Earthy Elements. So a bit of orange in there. I cannot wait to try those out. And then we have NYX. Now all this stuff I got from Ulta, and I didn't take a picture of the display because it was right by where you check out, and it would be like this creeper, like, some people don't mind, but I like freak out. So I didn't take a picture of it, but they had a ton of new products, and I don't know if they're going to be at your CVS or Target or wherever, but they were at Ulta, and they were definitely online. I checked. So they had a bunch of new products like liners, and they had a cream contour kit. So cream contour highlight kit, I didn't get that one. They had some intense butter glosses, some new shades in that. But what I was drawn to were the primers, such as this Hydra Touch. This reminds me of the Neutrogena gel cream that came out. So it's like a cream that turns into a gel. This came out. What else did I see? There's one by Olay that is kind of like with the green and yellow. It's marketed. Anyway, a moisturizer. That's what this made me think of. So more of like a cream to gel moisturizer. NYX also had a few of like bronzer kind of creams. You know how they have that illuminator that's pink? So I don't know if that's new or not, but I did see those. And then I saw this Born to Glow illuminating primer. This is in white, and I wanted to compare it to MAC's strobe cream to see if it was similar. So just think of like a white cream that has a bit of a glow to it. Guess what? We got another makeup spray. This one from NYX is a primer spray. So it makes me think of the Scandinavia one that came out last year. It's like B3 infused or something like that. I'm wearing this today, but I'm just kind of disappointed in it. It makes me think of something from, was it Physicians Formula or e.l.f. or somebody has something like this already. Essentially it is a contour and highlight, but in cream or really liquidy form. And this is in the shade Ivory Taupe. The next shade up was Caramel, and then I think they had a couple of other shades after that. Another couple of products that I thought were kind of a bust would be this Whipped from NYX. It's supposed to be for your cheeks and your lips. So to me, it's just like their regular lip products that they already have, which I have one on today, a raspberry one. But it smells good. It smells like buttercream, makes you want to eat a cake. What? Okay. I'm still in holiday mode. The tree's still up, y'all, because I'm filming this in December. You're not going to see it till next year, but it's still up. Okay. Then I have an ombre lip. I'm all over the place. I know. I have an ombre lip here, and this came in a bunch of different shades. So one end is going to be just like the dark part of the lip, and you outline it. You can see that. And then it has a bigger crayon for the inner part. I just didn't think this was anything special. You do get 2 for 1 if that's something that you're interested in. But then I think, who's really, only on special occasions am I going to sit down and like bust out an ombre lip? And it's going to be an occasion where I'm not eating or drinking anything, and I'm just going to be like looking at people with my ombre lips. Maybe a blog post, maybe an Instagram, maybe a Kylie Jenner. By the way, I got the Kylie Jenner lip kit. Did anybody get one? What do you think? I haven't covered it on the blog. I didn't know if you guys would be interested. But anyway, last product. This is the NYX Soft Focus. So what this is a primer. You put it on, it's going to blur the pores. It's going to blur it all up. And you see it opens up like this, but look how little product you get. Do you see that? Look how little product you get. You have your sponge at the bottom. This is what it looks like. And it's hard to describe in here, but it goes on kind of like a jelly, creamy, silicone-y thing, but it dries to a powder. If you have tried Mally, that version by Mally, if you have tried the one from CoverGirl, this is really close to that. And if you have tried the YSL one, that I know a lot of us did the Influencer thing. Hold on, I'll go get it. I'm back. So it's kind of like this. I would think this is a bit firmer than this one. This is definitely silkier. This is a bit drier, silkier. So this will be closer to the CoverGirl one. So I'm going to be comparing those, see if they work. But so far, this does not do anything for me. Nothing. Look at that. My bag is empty. So I think that was everything. And now I'm going to get started and finally able to play with everything and test it out. Again, let me know in the comments below if there's something that you guys want to see reviewed specifically, if I haven't already talked about it. And have a great day. Be safe, behave, and be well. Lavelle. Bye, y'all. Happy New Year! Da, da, da.